watch another movie?
No. I watched the first episode of season 2 of House of the Dragon. Now that I've binged the first one, I can see this. I can be up to
And what's
date
going
now.
on in the second one? I mean, now you're caught up.
Yeah, it was a good episode. It didn't do dragon fights right out of the gate. They showed restraint.
Darn.
So there's nothing you can see that was in that.
Okay.
That was not an episode you could see at all. It was mostly about them grieving the death of the 14-year-old kid that got chomped at the end of season 1.
Right, right.
Like the mother finding the part of the dead dragon on the beach. It was brutal.
Wow.
It,
Yeah, I can't watch that.
no, you
Yeah.
can't. You can't watch it at all.
No,
It was
I
very
don't want to see dead kids or dead dragons.
No.
Both of them upset me.
No, you can't see it. But it was a good episode. The acting was really good. Oh my gosh, the scene where the older brother comes back from his trip, and he found out that his younger brother was killed, and he's trying to get through his report to his mom, and the way the actor his voice starts breaking, and he can't finish it, is it's just because he's trying to be, he's trying to be the heir that his mom needs him to be, and trying to be responsible, and he just and he does, and he just his
Well,
voice
he just
cracks.
lost his little brother, and he just found out about it.
Yeah, it's the actor sold that. Like, you knew it was going to be a sad scene, but you just it like hit you just the way his voice just cracked.
It was just enough to just be heart-wrenching.
Yeah,
Right,
I'm like
right.
tearing up just thinking about it. It was a great scene. I think that was my favorite scene. Just that acting performance.
It was just powerful. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I liked that. Oh, and I remember you asking me if they were going to show the wall. They showed the wall the first scene.
Really?
Yeah, it was definitely tugging at the Stark heartstrings, because they put up the Stark music, and the actor who plays the leader of House Stark sounds so much like Sean Bean. Like, it very got you in that mood.
That makes sense because they're related.
Yeah,
right?
they're from the same place.
Style voice, maybe same style of speaking.
No, they intentionally have a very specific way the Northerners speak. They are pretty consistent about that in the show, and you immediately, the moment he started talking, it was like, oh, we're in the North. And they show the wall, which is a really cool sequence, because they mention, dragons. The Stark was telling the Targaryen that was sent to treat with him, the older brother actually, and was telling him, like, your great grandfather and his wife went up to visit the wall, and they stood where you stood, and their dragons wouldn't cross the wall. They wouldn't fly over it.
Dragons don't fly over the wall?
They refuse. And
interesting.
Isn't that cool? That's a cool that was a cool little tidbit that they threw there.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Like, nope.
Nope.
Not going there.
Not
nope.
doing it.
Nope.
So
Wow. They knew something.
yeah. So that was a
know.
cool scene. They mentioned there's going to be like a group of old Northerners that are going to come down from the north to help Rhaenyra out, and I've heard they're going to be epic. Apparently, they're like badass old men, so we're going to look forward to that. Kind of like, I don't know, maybe like the Silver Shields of Alexander the Great's army. That's what my brain immediately went to.
Like, you did not want to face them because of their level of experience.
The other scene that I really liked was they're doing the funeral of the 14-year-old kid, and it's intercut with Alicent, the queen on the other side of the war, praying for different dead people that she cares about, because she's pretty religious, and lighting
Right.
candles for them.
Is she
So
praying? She's in the north, so is she in front of one of the trees?
what? No, she's not
No.
from the north. No,
Oh,
I
okay.
know. I
Okay.
meant the queen. The queen who. All right. Let me break out the chart in my head. I'm talking
Back up. Back up. Okay.
the the former best friend of Rhaenyra, who are now enemies, that that married her father, and then is the mother of Aegon and all those kids that are the other side of that conflict. There's Rhaenyra, who's trying to be queen, and then there's Aegon, the firstborn son of her father by Alicent, who was crowned king in King's Landing. Do you
Wow.
remember? Do you remember that?
Yes. Yes.
Alicent is his mother.
Okay. Got it. Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's on the other side of the conflict. Like, her son killed the 14-year-old boy. That's the better way to view that.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Her son, her not her first son, but her second son did. The one that got his eye gouged out.
Yeah, the eye patch guy.
The eye
Okay,
patch
got it.
guy, yes. Eye
And he's
patch.
got the biggest, baddest dragon too.
Exactly. This is this now this is the way I should have explained it. That kid's mom. She's praying for her, her mom that died, and then her husband, the king, who died, and she lights a candle for Lucerys Velaryon, the 14-year-old kid who her son killed.
Yeah.
And it's something very moving about that, not just because she lit a candle for her enemy and the kid that her son killed, but she called him Lucerys Velaryon, which she has been basically saying he's a bastard the whole show. And he used his actual name and not like uh a bastard name. I don't know. I felt the way it was the
So
way
wait a minute, is he really not a bastard?
No, he is a bastard, but
Okay, okay.
in her prayers to the gods, she used the family name that she doesn't think he's owed, because he's definitely not his quote unquote father's kid.
Right.
Right, but she used the name anyway in her prayers.
Out of respect.
Yeah,
okay.
and I like the way that
And that was kind of moving, because she even though they're enemies, there was a level of respect there.
Yeah, Alicent she's a very religious and a kind-hearted person, which is the sad thing about this story, is because she really doesn't want violence and doesn't want to hurt the other side, but she has to protect her family. And she's becoming almost more and more ruthless as the first season went on. She's already more ruthless, but she's getting even more just because she has to protect her children. Father's pissed at her because she's the one that insisted that they not assassinate the other side in the element
now they're
of
paying the price for it.
yeah,
right,
exactly.
Right.
Now she's gonna be freaking ruthless, because the end of the show, in a scene that you absolutely can't see ever, they actually toned it down, which is because in the books, the scene's so brutal and horrifying that I don't think I can tell it to you. Just telling it to you, I think
that's okay. I don't want to visualize.
No, exactly. Just saying it would give you
Okay,
nightmares.
let's stop talking about it.
Anyway, a grandchild of hers is dead now, and that's how the show, this episode ended. So presumably next episode she is going to be livid, which
Hell hath no wrath, like a woman scorned.
yeah, it was a very foolish on the other side to do it that way, because they kind of had the moral upper hand on some level, in the sense that they were accusing, like, you're a kinslayers, you killed the 14-year-old kid, and that was a leg to stand on. And now they have no leg to stand on at all. Both sides are kinslaying,
Well,
child
they needed
killing
something to push somebody over the edge, so everything goes to hell in a handbasket.
Yeah, it was a Cold War before. Now it's going to be a hot war.
Now it's a hot war.
Not just a hot war, Dragonfire hot war.
That's super hot.
Yeah. So I'm excited for next episode. A lot of people were disappointed that, it wasn't fighting out of the gate, but I'm happy they took their time. It gives me hope that, they're going to ramp up to dragon fights, because if they went out dragon fights right out of the gate, then where does this show go from there? You can't one up that.
No, yeah, dragon fights are the pinnacle, and once you show that, I may change the channel because it doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah.
How's Molly?
Oh my gosh.
I miss Molly the most.
Molly, she's so
the cutest, sweetest cat ever.
She's so sweet, Mom. She's so sweet. Every time I touch her, she just melts.